This is our 5308 major project, and the name of our application is Cabby. It is a typical cab booking application, and the main focus of our app is to book intercity cabs. We have some predefined source and destination points, and also we are aiming to provide the user with maximum flexibility. The user can even choose the gender of the driver. Suppose a female driver feels unsafe with a male, so she has an option to choose for a female driver as well. All the functionalities will be discussed in detail. Now I'll be handing over to Devraj, who will be talking about the technical aspects and the technical overview of the project, and then each one of us will be talking about our functionalities. Over to you, Devraj.
So yeah, thanks Vikram. So I will just go through the brief overview of our project setup. So yeah, these are our high level modules. So I worked on admin, booking service, and then DB helper, which basically deals with creating the connection with the database and running all sorts of SQL queries. And then apart from me, Manjinder has worked on cab price calculator, and then cab selection logic. And then Manraj has worked on the profile management operations like login, registration, password recovery, etc. And then Vikram has worked on giving ratings to driver and customers, and then a scoring logic for both driver and customers, and then incentive programs for customer and drivers. And at last, Arvinder has worked on customer portals, and then the earnings of drivers and commission calculation and buy coupons, etc. And then display rights for both customer and drivers. So yeah, so these are our high level modules. So I would like to mention that we have integrated our complete project setup with the CI/CD pipeline. So the current workflow is whenever we will merge our code into any branch, then that will trigger the CI/CD pipeline. So under the CI/CD pipeline, we have a 3 stage. One is build, which basically will compile the code. The second is to run all the unit tests that we have written, and at last it will just do the deploy stage, which basically will create the jar in the target file. So under the test stage, we have a lot of tests. So for example, you can see here that we have roughly total 112 test cases. So we have written test cases for each and every module here. Currently our all pipeline looks green. So yeah, so this CI/CD pipeline is done from our side, and now I will just go through the brief demo of our application. So yeah, so basically in this app we have total 3 actors. One is admin, other is driver, and the third one is customer. So admin will basically manage the profile of a driver and customer. Basically it will approve and deactivate the profile of driver and customer. So let me log in to the admin. So let me select the option. So these first 2 pages will be same for both, all 3 actors. So admin, driver and customer will see the same list of options for first 2 pages. So for example, I chose one, which is login. So let me log in admin1 @123. Okay, so you can see here that it is showing login successful. So in case of incorrect password, it would have shown the invalid credential. But yeah, so for admin we can see that there are total 4 options: approve driver, customer, deactivate drivers, and customer. So let me show the workflow for the driver. So yeah, so upon successful login, the driver will see the list of these options. So for example, he can start the trip if he has any bookings. and he can also view the previous rides, view incomes, rate the customer for the trip, view the current rating, buy coupons, cancel booking, and view upcoming trips. So yeah, we have implemented all of our features that we have proposed in our project proposal. So for example, let's see if I will select the 9, which is the view upcoming trips. So yeah, so you can see that there are a lot of options just because we were just giving the demo, and we done some automation. So yeah, basically these are the list of bookings for these drivers. So let me show the workflow for customer, the last actor. So again, I will simply log in. Log in for customer. So after successful login, this is the third page that the customer will see. So under this, we have book cabs, view previous ride, rate customer for the rate driver for the trip. Sorry, view your current rating, buy coupons, cancel booking, view upcoming trips. So for example, if I will select the view upcoming trips, then user can see the upcoming trips that he has. So it is showing that yeah, you have a trip for Halifax to Dartmouth. The travel time is 25th of July and the fare is this much. And customer can choose to cancel his booking, and he can also see his current rating. So for example, let's say if I will select the 5, so he can see. So he can see that yeah, I mean his current rating is 5.0. I mean basically he might have got one single rating from one single driver, but yeah, his average rating is 5.0. So yeah, so that's the overall workflow for each of the actor, admin, driver, and customer. Next, I will hand over to Manraj, who will talk about the profile management that he has worked on. So over to you, Manraj.
Okay, so I basically worked on the feature profile management. Under this profile management, there are a total of 4 features. One is login, registration, forward password, and logout. So let's go with the driver first, and register first. So for registration, I'll enter the name, some dummy data, email ID. Username, password. One thing about this, if the user enters the wrong email address, so it will be invalidated, and the person will get another chance, total of 3 chances to enter the right email address, or he will be sent back to the main input enter input page. So and same goes for the password also. The person will get 3 chances to enter the correct password. After that, he will be redirected to the main page. So confirm password, and same for the confirmation password. If a person enters wrong password, he'll be again sent. There will be an error message that confirm password doesn't match, and he'll be asked to enter the password again. So yeah, registration is successful, as you can see the message, and we can check in the DB also. Sorry, this is customer. We have saved the data into driver. Here it is. So if the person will select driver first, then the data will be added to the driver table. If the registration happened in the customer, so it will go into the customer table, and so goes for the admin table. Now, next thing is forward password. If the person enters the forward password option, he will be asked to enter the email address or the username. If I enter a wrong username or email address, it will throw an error that enter correct username or email. Then the person will be asked to enter the email address or the username again. I'll enter the username over here. So the program will fetch the email ID and send the email to the email ID. The temporary password will be sent to the email. So let me open my email. It went into that spam folder. So the password is 51164. If the person will enter another temporary password, wrong temporary password, it will throw an error. Authentication failed. With the correct authentication, it will show the authentication passed. And next is the person will be asked to enter a new password. I'll enter some new password. So yes, password updated successfully. If we look into the DB, so it also shows the same, that password is updated. So yes, for the okay, now I'll go to the login page. For the login page, the by default the driver is not registered because it needs the authentication approval from the admin also. So if I try to log in with correct credentials also, then also at the end it will show that the driver is not authenticated. So let's log in with the same credentials. Password is login was successful, but the driver is not authenticated. You are not you are in deactivated state right now. Please contact customer care. So yes, this is all about the registration. Now I will hand over the mic to Manjinder.
So as Manraj and Devraj has already discussed about the core actors in our application, so I'll be going through the customer features, which is for booking an application, booking a ride, booking a cab, and thereafter calculation of the price of that particular cab. So I'll be logging in as a customer. Yeah, so these are the basic features which customer will be having access to. So I'll be booking a cab on behalf of a customer. So I'll book cab. It's asking for date, like I'll give today's date only, which is 7th month. And timing I would give like 11 a.m. in the morning, right? Okay, so first option, the first option which our application would be give us to choose from a set of categories of cabs. We have the basic cab as micro and mini. Thereafter, some other categories are there like prime sedan, prime SUV, and luxury class. So price would be differentiating for each category, and basic price would be for micro and mini. As we can see here, like micro and mini cab would be having the basic price. Prime sedan cab would be having extra 20% of the basic price, which would be calculated in micro and mini category. And similarly, SUV and luxury class also has some specific range of prices, which we have decided. So first of all, I'll book micro and mini, the basic one. It would ask source location and destination. So I'll give Halifax as source, and destination, let's say I'll give Dartmoor, right? Okay, so now what is happening is what in our application logic, business logic, what we have done is we have plotted taken a concept of number line, and over there we have plotted locations at different points. Like for an example, Halifax is plotted at 35th position from the origin, and Dartmouth is placed at 57th place from the origin. Similarly, other cities are also there. So currently we are serving in between these two cities. So first of all, what will happen is when we will give a source and destination, what our application will do is it will give the nearby cabs from our source location. So in our like in our case, we have taken like 5 kilometer in the range of 5 kilometers. So till 30 and till 40, whichever cabs would be present at that time, those would be displayed, right? And the same concept we have used for calculating the distance between source and destination. So here it's 22. Like now see the first like initially these four cabs are visible to us, right? So each cab has driver which has specific gender, as mentioned in the description. Like we are giving the flexibility to choose for a driver who is female for the security reasons. So I'll be giving here option as one, like I'll be going through gender preference. I'll be choosing female as an option. Okay, so from these four categories, these four cabs, we have basically two cabs whose driver is female and two cabs whose driver is male, right? So after giving our filtration of female, what our application will do is our application will show only those cabs which are driven by females, right? So cab 2 and cab 5, you can see the driver of those cabs are female, right? Okay, so this one was the first filtration which we did. Now here also, like which cab would be the best optimal cab for this for the customer. Here what we have done is we have used the concept of traffic also. Like apart from distance from source, we have also used the another filtration which is traffic, right? So what we have done is we have given a specific traffic density on a particular route, right? Let's say on cab 2 it is 5 kilometers away from source location, but traffic density is less in that route. So we have categorized traffic density in three columns, like low traffic, moderate traffic, and high traffic. So the route in which the traffic would be highest, the speed of that cab would be eventually least, right? So for the lowest traffic, the speed would be highest, that is we have given 50, and for moderate we have given 40 kilometers per hour, and for the highest traffic in a route we have given 30. So here, as you can see, although cab 5 is nearby to the source location, that is 4 kilometer, but its arrival time is higher than the cab which is at farther location. So based on traffic, this estimation time is less for this particular cab, because in this route traffic is less. So our application will give this optimal cab as cab number 2, right, due to the traffic reasons. So like we get the optimal cab, right? So for in the next step, what is we have to calculate the price for that optimal cab which we have chosen. So here also we have few filtrations, like in normal booking, it would be the basic calculation. If we are doing carpool or sharing ride with our co-passenger, then the price would be a bit less. We will give us some discount because ride is getting shared. And if we want some extra amenities like car TV and Wi-Fi, then the price would be a bit higher because we are providing some extra amenities. So I'll initially go with like sharing ride with co-passenger option, right? So again, we have two options with how many co-passengers do you want to share ride. So I'll be giving us like one co-passenger. Okay, so here is the price. Without, if we wouldn't have shared our ride, it would have been $88.73. But we got a 10% discount on sharing ride with one customer, one co-passenger. So our final price is 79.86. Now I'll tell you the logic how we are calculating price. So in case of normal booking category, what we are doing is like for an example, the distance between Halifax and Dartmouth is 22 kilometers, right? So for first 5 kilometers, we are charging bit higher, that is $5 per kilometer for initial 5 kilometers, and for rest of the journey, the price would get reduced as quite naturally for the, if someone is traveling for 3 kilometers only, so we'll charge a bit extra from them. So this fixed extra charge for the initial kilometers is set, and thereafter it would be reduced. So first it will calculate based on kilometers, right? Then there is an option in our database, like the source location is it is it comes under urban area or rural area. So if it comes under urban area, so we are charging 5% extra on that particular cab. So here we can see that Halifax in our database is comes under urban area, so we are charging 5% extra on this, right? And similarly, currently we have booked for 11:30 a.m. So it's normal timing, I mean. Like if we would have been booking for night ride or like peak hours when traffic is higher, like office hours, so at that time our application will charge 20% extra on the basic fare, right? And the other filtration is for the cab categories, which I already mentioned here. For each category has a specific percentage that has to be charged. So this is the normal category flow, right? So thereafter we have this co-passenger concept. If we are booking using the co-passenger, then 10% discount on the basic fare would be given if we are using one co-passenger, just like we did in our demonstration. We are opting for one co-passenger, and 10% discount is being offered here. And similarly, 15% discount is being offered if we are using two co-passengers. Here two would come, right? So for two co-passengers, 15% extra fees is there. So the third category for booking is third option we would be having is like if we want some extra amenities to enjoy our ride, like some car TV option or Wi-Fi if we don't have something. So for that thing is what we are doing is we are charging extra $2 per 30 minutes of ride, and for per amenity $2 per 30 minutes. Like if we are choosing both the amenities, then it will be multiple of 2, same thing, right? And here the main thing is we have calculated the timings of ride. How we have calculated using that same distance calculation formula, speed is equals to distance upon time. The same thing we have used for 30 minutes. We are charging $2, as we have distance in the form of this. I have shown you the number line. This distance will be getting from here, and timing we are generating based on the speed. Base speed would be based on the traffic density on that route. So this is how we are calculating timing of the ride, and based on this timing for 30 minutes we are charging 2. Accordingly the price is getting changed. So yeah, this is the basic flow. I have shown you the implementation of one feature, that is while sharing ride with co-passenger. Similarly, it is for other normal booking also, and like these amenities also. And also like this one is for the micro and mini category. Same applies for all other categories of cabs. Yeah.
Thanks, Manjinder. Now let me share my screen. So I have worked on the customer profile, and then I have implemented the features like to display drivers earning and to show the completed rides. So that will be for both driver and customer, and then both driver and customer can buy coupons. So I have worked on these all features. Now I'm going to explain those all. Now first I'm logging in with the customer. Once the customer will log in, he will get these all options so that he can opt from here. Now I'm going to explain about the view previous rides. So once the customer will opt for this option, now the customer will have 3 type of options here. They can see their daily rides, they can fetch the rides on monthly basis, and they can also specify particular start date and end date. Between that date they will be able to see their completed rides. Now suppose they are looking for daily rides. For this I have created dummy data for customer. Now suppose customer want to see on first. This will show the ride to the customer on that particular date. Now similarly, if the customer want to fetch that all rides they have completed in that particular month, so what they can do, they will go here, they will select 2, then they will provide the month with year. So like this, so it will show all the completed ride to the customer. So this is how we are implementing these 3 features for daily, monthly and rides between but specific period. Now the customer also has the option to buy coupons. Now how this will work, suppose now the app will show the available coupons to the customer. Now we have database tables for these all like for user points, the customer has 100 points. Now customer want to buy this coupon 101, so he will say yes, then he will have to enter the coupon ID. So the code will say that the coupon added in your account successfully. So what will happen, this will reduce the amount from here, the points got deducted, and that particular coupon is tagged to the customer here. So this is how this buy coupon is working here. Now I'm going to log in with the driver to show those features. Suppose driver is logging in. Now driver will have these all options to select from. Here I have implemented the features like they can see their income as well. So this income will be calculated on the basis of this table. So what will happen once the customer once the driver complete a ride, they have completed more than 8 rides in a day, or they have traveled more than 200 kilometers per day, or they have trips those are more than 6 hours per day. So this commission which will be which is charged by the company, that will be getting reduced. So so what will happen, this will be calculated on the daily basis. Let's see how this is working. Now here also they have the option, they can see their daily, monthly and between specific period. So these type of earnings they can see. Now we will see for daily earning. Now here I have dummy data for this. So suppose this is the trip. Now now the driver want to know his earning on this particular day. They will select it is showing that 127.5. So how this is getting calculated on this day, the driver has traveled 1600 kilometers, so he will be charged 15% commission. So if we are reducing that amount, so the total will be 127.5. now similarly the driver can see his monthly earning as well. 4 2 month. Now what will happen, it will calculate the earning on each day on the basis of that table, then it will add all, like 127 plus this plus this plus this, the total will come to 383.91. so here it is. So this is how it will show. Now they can also opt for third option as well. Suppose they want to know between 25 to 31. What will happen? It will add these two values and show the result like 192.01. So here is the result. Now the driver can also see the completed rides in the similar manner like we implemented for customer. Now suppose we are selecting second option. Here it is 072015. Now this will show all the completed ride by that driver in that particular month. Now the driver can also buy coupons. It will show all the coupons, and if they want to buy, suppose they want to buy, so this will be added in that particular table and it will be tagged to the driver here. So this is how it will work. And we have also implemented that suppose they are viewing their rides. So on third, it will suppose they have entered incorrect value like 31st 12 2012, and after that they have end date is lower. So this system will detect that and say that this is the invalid entry. So these kind of all checks are there, and these are the features which I have implemented. Now Bikram will explain further the next features. Thanks.
Okay, so hi guys. I'll be starting with my part, Bikram this side. So I'm mainly responsible for assigning a score to a driver and a customer based on their performances and also providing them with incentives. So I'll be showing the demonstration to you while I speak about it. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So for example, if suppose I'm a driver and I'll be logging in. Yeah. So here I have an option of rating the customer for the last trip. So if I go on that, I can provide a customer with the rating. First, the customer ID. This is the demo. The rating, say I provide 5 stars. The driver provides 5 stars to the customer. So now the customer has got a rating, and this will get updated in the DB as well. And also I'll be as you can see, it's written that congratulations, you are eligible for a 10% cashback on your last trip. This will actually go on the customer's app when a rating is provided to him by the driver. Since this is a console, this message is coming here. Now I'll be showing one second. Yeah, so I'll be explaining the concept to you. So this score is highly dynamic and it changes after every ride. So we take a star rating after every ride from both actors, that is the driver and the customer, just to ensure equality. The calculation of the score depends upon various factors. That is, for a driver, it is the star rating received by the rider after every ride, the difference between the actual arrival time and the ETA. So for example, if a driver is late to a pickup point, then he'll be penalized from our backend and he might even receive a bad rating from the user. Similarly, if we talk about a customer or a rider, the rating depends on the stars that are given by the driver after at the end of the trip, and the difference between driver's arrival time and the customer's boarding time. So for example, if a customer makes a driver wait for longer times, he will be penalized he will be penalized and the score will be affected. And of course, the driver also might get annoyed and provide him with a bad rating at the end of the trip. So the essential importance of these scores is that they allow us to match riders and drivers based on their scores. So, for example, when a rider with a score of 4.5 searches for a cab, suppose there are two nearest cabs available, he would be getting a driver whose score is the most similar to his score. But obviously, if only one driver is closer to the rider, then he would be matched with he would be matched, and he would be just there at the pickup point. So this helps us to provide great drivers to great customers and vice versa. And the classes that I have are ratings class and scorer class and incentives class. So the rating class is responsible for fetching and updating the drivers and customers scores from the DB. So it contains all the MySQL queries for those operations. Also, I'm also dealing with cancellation policies and the scores, how they're affected after cancellations. So there is a class responsible for dealing with cancellations. If a rider books and cancels a ride, his score is vectored to compensate for a driver's time. And I'll show it to you once. So in this console, if you see, if I go on, so right now I'm logged in as a driver. If suppose, so this cancellation is there for both the driver and the user. So suppose the driver feels like canceling. So it's canceling, yeah. So he cancels, and now we can select, suppose I go with the booking ID 404. So now he can, yeah, so the driver, so as you can see, it's written that please note that your driver score may have been impacted. This is because my cancellation class is being called, and depending on, since the driver cancelled, he will be penalized for his score, and and the cancellation is successful. Now, similarly, I'll be showing you the same flow for the client as well. Okay. So similarly, if I log in as a customer, ID customer, good. So now the customer also has similar options, that is rate the driver for the trip. So if we go on for rating the driver for the trip, the rating a driver is mandatory in our app, since it helps us to improve our services, and the customer has to rate the driver before every new ride. So the driver ID is 1, the trip ID is 1, and the rating, suppose he gives 5 stars to the driver. So now you can see that congratulations, you're eligible for a 2% bonus on your trip. This is actually a message that the driver will be getting on his app after receiving a rating from the user. And so now similarly, a customer can even cancel a booking. So if you go on cancellation, he will be shown with a booking that he has. So now the booking is cancelled successfully. So the cancellation from the customer depends on if the driver has arrived, if the driver has, just left. So suppose if a driver has arrived to the pickup point and then the customer makes him wait and cancels, then the customer's score will be penalized more, and there might even be a fee for that. And if suppose a customer just books a cab and the driver is on his way, or the driver has just left, then if he cancels, then the score, obviously there is a limit that we've set. So suppose a customer cancels the ride within 1 minute of booking, then there is no fee. But suppose he cancels after 1 minute of booking, then he will be penalized. So the more times he takes to cancel, the more penalized the score will be. We won't tell the user how much his score has been impacted, but he'll just get a message that your score has been affected, like we can see here. Now, last but not the least, we also provide incentives to our customers and drivers based on their star ratings. This is implemented in the bonus class, as you can see. So the messages that we were getting after rating. So if you see here that, so suppose the customer has provided with a rating of 5 to the driver. So this 2% bonus, this is determined based on the rating. So we have an incentive. So the driver will get a 2% bonus on his last trip's fare. And similarly, if a driver gives a good rating, that is 5 to the customer will get, I guess, 10% cash back on his last fare. So these will be So yeah, if the driver is getting 4 stars, right now we put 5. If the driver is getting 4 stars, he will be getting less bonus on his trip. And if a customer gets 4 star, he will be getting less cashback. And there is nothing for star ratings from 1 to 3 in both the cases. And yeah, we hope you like our application, Cabby, and thank you so much for your constant support and guidance. Okay, bye bye.